After leaving Big Lagoon Campground, I went over farther east to Grayton Beach Campground, and I was there for 3 or 4 days. I ended up getting settled in my campground, and then I decided I would take a drive down 30A just to see the views. And I'd actually never been there. I'd been through there once before, and then I decided to drive down all the way to Panama City Beach, where I worked on the beach, which is when I saw 30A for the first time 2 years ago at the time of this video. And then I took 2 days off. My storage was full from filming content that I had backed up. So I didn't film for 2 days, and then we'll see the last day, which was probably my favorite day of the trip, aside from the sentiment of nostalgia of going on the trip. But yeah, so then we'll see my last day, which was a beach day. Enjoy the video. All right, just checked into Grayton Beach State Park. Just driving in, I could tell this place is a little more upscale than back at the Big Lagoon.
So, funny story. One night I was coming back from the bathhouses, and you'll see like these woods are kind of thick. So these trails lead back to each individual camp spot, each individual campsite. So everybody has their own trail that leads back, right? So I had the hardest time remembering what trail was mine. Like, I knew what side of the building I was on, but I kept getting lost. So imagine coming through here at night after taking a shower and you're looking for your campsite. I did leave a marker on, like I had a light on my tent so I knew like what to look for. But imagine coming out, it's dark, almost no lights, under the canopy of trees, thick bushes, and then all of a sudden you take a step towards the path and you hear just some animal just growl at you, and as if you were like right there on it, like as if you startled the animal. Well, that happened to me, and I let out the loudest terrified yell that I think I've ever let out unintentionally, and it was quite funny, and I laughed all the way back to my campsite. I mixed up a 2-gallon jug with a whole watermelon and electrolyte mix because I knew I was going to be on the beach a lot. Ever seen the movie The Truman Show? It's really fun.
So we're down in Panama City Beach, and I had this place when I worked here 2 years ago. It was right across the street from where I worked at the beach, right in front of that place. That's Sunnyside, I think. But anyway, this is a barbecue place, and if you know me, I'm not a big barbecue fan, but I had their smoked turkey sandwich, and you can see that I came all the way back to Florida, and this is one of the spots that I'm going to. So let's go check it out. With the smoked turkey sandwich, has coleslaw on it and a pickle. Then I got the potato salad and the mud pie. Pepper, wash it down. So one of the first beaches I worked at was, what's the name? I keep forgetting the name. But it was this beach, and that's where we parked because that's part of the condo, that's part of the beach. So I'm gonna roll this clip. It's a moment for me because, yeah, I'll just roll the clip.
want to just try to do good to them. You're going to have a lot of people try you out here. They're going to be what it is. People that feel entitled. Just treat those people the same you would with anybody else, and let them ruin their own holiday out here or vacation. So kill them with kindness, man. Just try to make this bread.
So with me being a new guy, what do you think like this week's gonna look like for me?
So man, they'll train you for like 2 days probably.
That's it?
Paid off that. Yeah, then they're gonna throw you to the wolves, man. That's what they're doing with me.
Okay.
How about it, John?
But you're gonna learn quick. You seem like you've been in customer service. You're gonna do good, dog.
Yeah.
Don't get stressed.
I appreciate that.
Maybe these Rob, maybe they'll put you down here for a few days. You'll learn, you know, get you figured out.
Hey,
Okay.
leave that to
Show you what I
on
know,
the
man.
schedule.
No. No. Hey,
What's the kneeling party for the parasol?
he's gonna help you out.
My training went super smooth. Any questions I had, the guys answered it. And within a few hours, I pretty much knew how to do this job. But what I didn't know were my coworkers, so I talked to the guys a little more just to kind of see who they are.
I saw you reading your Bible today.
Yeah, man. So I've been on this journey here lately, trying to find Jesus, because I don't want to go to hell for one, and for two, it just feels good to live good, and that you got God Almighty behind your back, and just try to do some good in this world while you can.
What'd you read?
So that's the things. I've been reading the New Testament, just about pretty much the end of times and how we should live and prepare for Jesus coming back and all the events that are going to take place. A lot of the prophecies are coming to life these days out here. For instance, the Palestinians and the Israelites, they just started going to war again, and that's a big deal in the Bible. That brings the new era for the Antichrist to arise and make a peace treaty between the two. Then comes the Great Tribulation, and after that, the rapture is going to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen before or after, who knows. But I'm just trying to get right with God before then, so I don't have to stay here and find out. But that's what that's about. There's kind of this gloominess in the air these days, I feel. Even on the sunny days, it's like there's still something missing. And I found something to fill it. There's like a void, and he's the only thing that can fix it. So drugs don't work, tried that. Drinking don't work, none of that works. Sex don't work. Like, all you can really do, all those are addictions, and those don't get you nowhere but dig you a deeper hole. So I'm trying to get my ladder and get out of that hole and get to the top, man. So that's the journey I'm on, and I'm trying to help as many people as I can, learn what I can, and teach others about it. Do good. So, that's the journey I'm on. Yeah, that's what it is.
Because I don't have a
Keep
huge
Jesus,
jacket up
guys.
here.
Man, I just stopped by to see who was at the hut there on that beach, and it wasn't the person that I started working with, but it was somebody that I did work with at another beach while I was working here in Panama City, and I just had like a rush of memories and emotions of what it was like in my relationship with God at the time, because before I moved down here, I'd gotten into a relationship that wasn't Christ-centered, and I went through the summer thinking that everything was all good, and after the summer I found out, I was further from God than I thought, and that summer was really a separation time for me from the life that I was living back in Arkansas. So this trip has been one that is a reminder to me how faithful the Lord is, and to remain faithful to Him and remember His promises that He makes. And I'm just so grateful and full of gratitude. 2 years doesn't seem that long ago, but at the same time it does. So yeah, this was cool. This was a really cool experience. All right, so wrapping it up here in Panama City Beach. I think I've seen everything I need to see. I'm gonna head back towards 30A, maybe hit the beach tonight, and most likely go try out some more food somewhere. Got to pick out a good spot. So I'll see you there. $100-mile challenge. Let's go. I just found out that Florida State Parks does not allow drones to be flown in or over the park, I guess. That's the rule. I'll need to look at the details of the ordinance. But one of the guys who volunteers here, who's been riding his bike around, stopped by and told me that. So I will show the footage that I got before I knew. But now that I know, I'm not flying the drone. Got to follow the rule. So I'm still going down to the beach here this morning. Heading back home. Checkout's at 1 p.m. So I'm gonna go down to the beach, get in the water before cleaning up and heading back to the inland. Heading back to Memphis. School's about to start at U of M. And I'm looking forward to all the events that are coming up this week. I really plan on being involved and engaged in all the things that I can that the university offers, and to really grasp and take hold of that experience, and to give back what I can offer to my community of students and faculty and school, and serve the Lord first and foremost while doing those things. So going down to the beach here. Let's go see what it's about this morning. Hopefully the weather app was not updated, because it said that first of all 82 degrees, which, and in my tent with the fan on and under the canopy of trees that I was parked under, it seemed a lot cooler, but with those things taken into account, it just might have been 82 and I was just in the shade with a fan on. Also on the weather app, it said that there's a rip current warning, which means the water is not safe to swim in. Which, if you saw part 4, was it part 4? No, it would. So if you saw, wait a minute. So yeah, either way, that would be a red flag or a double red flag, and hopefully it's not. So we'll see. Marking off those miles. Enjoy the scenery. So my plan was to get a drone shot of swimming out here, but since this is technically a state park, I guess no drone shot. Let's see what we can do here. I guess I'm just gonna have to prop the phone up. I know you want to come out here. Let's go. goes up on a little sandbar here. I'm not that tall. Look at that. So it kind of goes into like a little trench right there, and it goes up to the beach, and then it goes back up to a sandbar. So I bet that's where it gets dangerous once you get to the other side of this sandbar over there. When the water starts getting deep, that's when the rip current starts pulling you out. All right. I think that's all. We had fun at the beach. All right. See you later. Just swam around a little bit. We're not going to count that towards 100 miles. Then I also rode around last night, the area. I rode outside of the park and down to where some of the restaurants are nearby. We're not going to count that either because I didn't track it, but we are going to count today's tracked ride. The ride down here, ride back, and then again I have to check out by 1. So it is about 9 o'clock right now, so I think we're gonna see if we can get at least 3 miles in, and actually I'm gonna do a little jog just to supplement that, and then we'll see if we can get an overall 3 miles in for this 100-mile challenge on the Gulf Coast. So I really don't want to run. A jog. I'm on the jog.